By early 2021, the world had grown tired of masks, distance, and grief that had settled into the folds of everyday life. And then, cautiously, came the vaccines. Not a miracle, but a thread of light through a long tunnel. I received mine in March. I stood in line outside the community center, bundled in a coat, surrounded by others like me, older, masked, silent except for the occasional nervous cough or shared nod. Our eyes scanned one another, not in fear, but in recognition. We had all lost something. Some had lost everything. When it was my turn, the nurse gently asked my name. "Hoi Lam," I said, voice muffled beneath my double-layered mask. She looked up and smiled. "Beautiful," she said. And for the first time in a long while, I felt seen. Not as a statistic, not as a risk factor, but as a person, as myself. I sat for 15 minutes in the observation area, watching the chairs spaced carefully apart, the nurses moving like quiet guardians. And when they waved me off, I walked back to my car with a strange mix of tears and hope in my chest. 2 weeks after my second dose, we gathered again, my family, in my backyard. No one said much at first. We stood in a wide circle beneath the lemon tree, each of us blinking, wide-eyed, as if afraid we'd imagined each other. The space between us was full of everything we hadn't said, hadn't touched, hadn't held. Jay broke first. She stepped forward and wrapped her arms around me with a sob I felt in my bones. Lydia followed, gripping my hand so tight it trembled. Aaron tried to smile but couldn't stop the tears from sliding down his cheeks. Ash clung to my waist and whispered, "Never again." We didn't plan anything fancy. We made dumplings together. Mikasa, now confident and focused, folded them with perfect pleats, her fingers moving faster than mine ever had. "She's better than me," I told Lydia. Lydia laughed. She had the best teacher. We pulled out the old record player and dusted off Leslie's vinyl collection. When his favorite ballad played, Jay and I locked eyes and smiled. 2 versions of him flickering between memory and music. Alfonso played the cello for everyone under the setting sun. His fingers moved like they were dancing. His final note lingered in the air like incense smoke. Delicate, rising, and full of something unsaid. We told stories of those we lost, Tina's father, old neighbors, friends from the community center. But we also told stories of what we still held, each other. In 2024, Lydia and Akito celebrated their 25th anniversary. They hosted a backyard celebration, mochi and mooncakes again, like their wedding, with Mikasa leading a toast in both Japanese and Cantonese. I clapped so hard my hands stung. Ash had just been accepted into a fine arts college. She brought her portfolio over one afternoon. Canvas after canvas of dreamscapes, grief in watercolor, joy in acrylic. "You paint like you're remembering something that hasn't happened yet," I told her. She beamed. Mikasa had become a quiet force. That spring, she led a student protest against anti-Asian hate. She called me the night before and asked, "Do you think it matters?" "Yes," I told her, "especially because you're asking." Alfonso released his first original music online, haunting cello tracks layered with spoken word. "It's about memory," he said, "and how it gets louder when you stop running from it." I listened on repeat. Jay and Tina adopted a rescue dog. Her name? Harmony. "She barks at politicians on the TV," Jay joked. "And I wrote. More than I had in decades. Essays, memories, letters to Leslie. Sometimes I wrote about my childhood, sometimes about the smell of garlic on Sunday mornings, sometimes just about the feeling of my hands finally being still. That decade reminded me of something I had always known but never said aloud. Being human means carrying both grief and joy at the same time. You can miss someone while laughing. You can ache and still dance. You can lose and still give. In the balance, we find the strength to keep loving. And that, more than survival, more than legacy, is what makes us whole.